Accepting reality and letting go of the past, learning to embrace the present life. In life, everyone has memories, both joyful and painful, regrets, and things they cannot forget. It could be a relationship that ended, a loved one who passed away, a missed opportunity, or a mistake that still brings guilt. We often think, if only things had turned out differently. But the truth is, the past is already gone, and there is no way to change it. So why do we keep tormenting ourselves, dwelling in those negative emotions? Failing to accept reality or being trapped in the past can severely affect our mental and physical health. It can cause insomnia, anxiety, and even lead to depression. On the other hand, learning to accept what cannot be changed and letting go of negative emotions can bring relief, help us live more joyfully, and fully embrace the present. Today, let's explore acceptance and letting go, and more importantly, how to apply them to our lives to cultivate inner peace. Life is constantly moving and changing, but not everyone finds it easy to adapt. We tend to cling to the familiar, even when it no longer brings happiness. Accepting reality and letting go of the past doesn't mean giving up or resigning to fate. It is a powerful step toward reclaiming inner peace. What does it mean to accept reality? Acceptance does not mean surrendering or giving in. It means looking at reality as it is, understanding the limits of what we can change, and focusing on what we can control. Acceptance means seeing reality objectively. Many people struggle to accept reality because they are trapped in their expectations of how things should be rather than seeing them as they are. They hold on to an imagined reality and feel disappointed when things don't turn out as they hoped. Real-life examples. A once successful professional reaches retirement and feels lost. He refuses to accept that he is no longer as influential as he once was, leaving him feeling empty because he cannot find new meaning in life. A mother hopes her children will always live close to her, but as they grow up and build lives of their own, she struggles with loneliness and has a hard time accepting this change. Situations like these cause suffering, not because reality is too harsh, but because people refuse to accept it. Acceptance helps us focus on what we can control. There are things we cannot change, but we can control how we respond to them. Accepting this truth leads to a more peaceful life. Things we cannot change. The past, no matter how much we regret or blame ourselves, what happened cannot be undone. The only thing we can do is learn from it. Other people's actions, we cannot force others to change, but we can control how we react to them. Life's inevitable losses, death, illness, and aging are unavoidable, but we can choose to face them with calmness and strength. Things we can control. Our mindset, we can shift our perspective. A failure can be seen as the end or as a valuable lesson. It depends on how we choose to interpret it. Our daily habits. We can choose to maintain a healthy lifestyle, think positively, and develop new skills to improve our lives. How we treat ourselves. We can learn to love ourselves, forgive our past mistakes, and move toward a brighter future. Practical exercise. Write down your current worries or dissatisfactions in life. Then, divide them into 2 columns. Things you can change, actions you can take. Things you cannot change, that you need to accept. Focus your energy on the first column. When you do this, you will gradually feel a sense of relief and lightness in life. What does it mean to let go of the past? Letting go does not mean forgetting. It means not allowing the past to control our present. Many people live in regret over what they have lost or the mistakes they have made, preventing them from enjoying the good things in the present. Things that make it hard for us to let go. Regret. If only I had done things differently. Self-blame. I was so foolish to make that decision. Feeling hurt. That person hurt me so much. I can't forget it. But the truth is, the past no longer exists. It only exists in our minds. Continuing to dwell on past events only brings us more suffering. Letting go is a gift to yourself. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack filled with stones. Each stone represents a past pain. You can keep carrying it, but it will only exhaust you. Letting go does not mean giving up. It means allowing yourself to live more lightly. Learning to forgive. Forgiveness does not mean condoning someone's wrongdoing. Forgiveness is about freeing yourself from anger and pain. When you forgive, you do it not for others, but for your own peace of mind. Exercise. Write a letter, without sending it, to the person who hurt you. Express your feelings, then burn the letter as a symbolic act of letting go. Look at your past from an outsider's perspective. If a friend told you about a similar situation, what advice would you give them? Learning to forgive yourself. Many people can forgive others, but struggle to forgive themselves. They keep blaming themselves for past mistakes. But remember, you did the best you could at that time with what you knew. Exercise. Stand in front of a mirror and say to yourself, I forgive you. I know you tried your best. Repeat this every day until you truly believe it. Acceptance and letting go are signs of strength, not weakness. When you learn to accept reality and release what cannot be changed, you will feel lighter, happier, and ready to fully embrace life. In summary, acceptance helps you focus on what you can control. Letting go frees you from negative emotions. Forgiveness is not for others, it is for yourself. Next, we will explore how to practice acceptance and letting go in daily life, with concrete methods to train your mind and improve your quality of life. Stay tuned to discover practical steps to achieve inner peace. How to practice acceptance and letting go. Knowing that we need to accept reality and let go of the past is one thing, but actually doing it is much harder. Many people want to let go but don't know where to start. The past feels like an invisible rope that binds the mind, making it difficult to move forward even when we want to. If you often find yourself thinking about the past, feeling regret, or holding on to resentment, this is a sign that you need to practice specific methods to help yourself let go and live in the present. Below are 4 effective methods for practicing acceptance and letting go in daily life. 1. Changing your perspective on the past. The past cannot be changed, but the way you perceive it can. Many people remain stuck in regret because they view the past as a series of mistakes or losses. But if you shift your perspective, you will realize that the past is a treasure trove of valuable lessons, not a burden you have to carry forever. What has happened can be a stepping stone for growth. Every event in the past has shaped who you are today. Failures, unfulfilled relationships, and wrong decisions all have taught you lessons that, without them, you wouldn't be the person you are now. Practical exercises. Write down 3 things you have learned from past mistakes. This helps you change your perspective on what happened. Instead of seeing them as losses, view them as lessons for personal growth. Ask yourself, if these events had not happened, would I be the person I am today? This helps you appreciate the past rather than resent it. Real-life examples. Someone who invested in a business but failed. If they keep blaming themselves, they will only lose confidence. But if they look back and learn from their mistakes, they can develop a better strategy for the future. Someone who had an unhappy relationship. Instead of regretting it, if they realize they have learned to love themselves more, they will feel grateful for the experience. Recognizing that no one is perfect. You make mistakes, and so do others. No one lives without making wrong decisions. Accept that mistakes are a part of life, and what truly matters is what you learn from them. 2. Living fully in the present. One of the most effective ways to let go of the past is to focus on the present. If you are always lost in thoughts about the past, you won't be able to enjoy the precious moments happening around you. Practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness is the art of focusing on the present moment instead of being pulled into the past or worrying about the future. When you practice mindfulness, you will realize that every moment in life is valuable, and you can enjoy it if you take the time to stop and feel. Ways to practice mindfulness. When eating, focus on the taste of each bite instead of eating while thinking about something else. When walking, pay attention to the sounds around you and the feeling of the wind on your skin, instead of letting your mind wander to past events. Spend at least 5 minutes a day sitting still, taking deep breaths, and observing your surroundings without overthinking. Enjoying life's simple pleasures. Many people chase big goals and forget that true happiness lies in the small, everyday moments. Simple things you can do. Take time to sip a cup of tea and enjoy its aroma. Sit by the window and watch the sunset. Have a conversation with a loved one you haven't spoken to in a while. Real-life example. An elderly woman spent her whole life worrying about her children, but in her later years, she realized she had never truly lived for herself. When she started to enjoy small moments, her life became more meaningful. 3. Cultivating a positive mindset. Your mindset determines how you see life. If you always focus on the negatives, you will feel burdened. But if you train yourself to think positively, life will feel lighter. Practicing gratitude. Exercise. Every day, write down 3 things you are grateful for. This shifts your focus from what you have lost to what you still have, changing the questions in your mind. Instead of thinking, "Why did this happen to me?" ask yourself, "What can I learn from this?" This question shifts your focus towards solutions rather than dwelling on problems. 4. Building a new life. Letting go is not just about forgetting the past. It is about creating a better future so that the past no longer haunts you. Find something new to focus on. Suggestions. Start a new hobby like painting or learning a new language. Try a new habit like yoga, meditation, or daily walks. Surround yourself with positive people. Being around people with positive energy helps you feel lighter. Spend time with those who bring you joy and encouragement. Set small weekly goals. Examples. This week, walk for 30 minutes every day. Next week, read a new book. Next month, learn a new skill. When you are busy building the present and future, you won't have time to dwell on the past. Life is a journey. Life is a long journey filled with countless ups and downs, joy, sadness, success, and failure. Each of us has experienced pain, loss, regret, or suffering. But what truly matters is not what has happened, but how we choose to face it. Accepting reality and letting go of the past does not mean forgetting or denying what happened. It also does not mean ignoring your emotions. Instead, it is a choice to view the past differently, to learn from it instead of dwelling in guilt, to seek peace instead of continuing to suffer. Remember, the past does not define you. It is just one chapter of your life story, but the next chapter is yours to write. You have the power to choose whether to keep living in regret or to let go and move forward with a lighter heart. Call to action. Start today. Take small but meaningful steps. No one can change overnight, but if you do one small thing each day to live more positively, you will gradually feel the change. Things you can do today. Spend 5 minutes reflecting on one good thing in your life. Write down one lesson you have learned from the past and how you can apply it now. Spend time on a hobby or activity that brings you joy. Remind yourself, I deserve a peaceful and happy life. You don't need to change everything in one day, but you can start right now. Remember, letting go does not mean losing. It means gaining freedom. Accepting reality does not mean giving up. It means learning to live better with what you have. Happiness is not about changing the past. It is about embracing the present. Don't forget to connect and share. If you found this video helpful, don't hesitate to share it with friends and family. Someone out there might need these reminders too. Hit the subscribe button so you won't miss content that helps you live a happier and more meaningful life. Leave a comment. What is something you have let go of in the past, and how has it changed your life? Thank you for watching. Continue your journey towards a lighter and more peaceful life every day.